Always good to get back at it.
Oh
Yeah.
Brian Callahan, Joe, was telling us that he used clips of Man in the Arena and Tom Brady to kind of show the offense as a group and individually what it takes to win it all. He did that last year. Did you watch that series as well?
I did, yeah.
What were some of the biggest takeaways from that documentary for you?
Um, that was so long ago. It's tough to remember. That was last year. Um, just hearing him talk about the way that he thinks about football. You can kind of you just understand what it takes to be a quarterback. It's not just X's and O's. It's a lot more than that. And I think that series and hearing him talk about the position of quarterback he really explained it well.
If you have to go back in time, what is the earliest you remember watching just Tom Brady and him making an impression on you?
I mean, that's my entire life. I don't remember. I mean, he was drafted when I was 4, so my entire all my memories of NFL football have him in it.
What is it about his game, either physically or mentally, that you admire most?
He gets the ball out really fast. He understands what he's looking at. Um, I think he epitomizes toughness at the quarterback position. He's a great leader. I mean, he's the greatest of all time for a reason. He's the total package.
When you were on with Colin, you said this is just another game. Why? Why is that your logic going into a game like this and potentially your only matchup against Brady?
Well, it's our 14th game of the season. It obviously, the greatest quarterback ever is on the other side, but we got a job to do too, and our job is to go and win, get to 10-4, and move on.
What do you make of comparisons that people make between you and him that have been made for years?
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't really pay attention to it. He's Tom and I'm Joe.
A lot of people, when they do make those comparisons, really point to your football IQ and both of your abilities to read things pre-snap. Do you always view that as like your secret weapon? Like, have you always been pretty good at doing that?
I feel like I've always had a great feel for the game, but obviously, the more reps and the more you play football and the more you study, the more you watch film, the faster you react and the faster you see things. And so it's a little bit of both. You have a natural instinct for the game, but then you also work really hard to understand what you're seeing every Sunday.
Have you ever thought about how long you want to play?
Not too much. We'll see where that goes. Hopefully, not anytime soon.
You guys aren't on the field at the same time, but you're on the field against their linebackers. Do you think they're two linebackers? They're on the field every down, basically. Are they the key to that defense with their speed and the way they can run?
Yeah, they're really fast. They diagnose quickly. They're good in pass drops. They match the underneath routes very quickly. Two of the best in the league, in my opinion. Really fast. Great tacklers. They're going to go after the ball. Two really good players.
Joe, are you in any way? I know you don't make much of the comparisons. It's not like you're going up against Tom Brady on the other side of the ball, but have you allowed yourself to think about it? You're going up against a piece of history, one of the greatest pieces of the game ever, and kind of allowed to just be grateful for that opportunity?
No, not really. I don't think you can go into the game thinking like that. If you want to play your best and you want to win, just like every Sunday, I really enjoy watching great quarterback play. It's like we played Patrick, we're playing Josh coming up. It's fun to watch guys that are playing the game at a really high level. Um, just hopefully not against us.
I think historically, like anytime we've asked you about comparisons, you typically not enjoyed them. What is it about? Why do you not like comparisons to different guys, and kind of have you always viewed that through your career?
Well, I really just think that I play the game my own way. Uh, I kind of have a little bit of everybody. Um, there's not. I wouldn't say there's one thing I do the best, but I would say that I do everything with the best of them. There's. I wouldn't say I really have a glaring weakness, and so I like to be my own player, my own person. I would say that's why.
Did you have fun with Eli and Peyton Monday night?
Yeah, those guys are a lot of fun. I always, when they ask me to do it, of course, Peyton Manning asks you to do something, you're gonna go do it. we got a great relationship. So those guys are always fun.
Was there ever a time when you were cheering, and I know you weren't necessarily a fan of a team growing up, but cheering against or for the team that Tom was playing, and you saw him march downfield, and you were restless during a late game situation or something?
Tough to point out any specifics. I know I wanted them to go undefeated that one year when they were, they went 16-0, and then however many games they won in the playoffs until the Super Bowl. That would have been exciting, but our guy Eli made that happen.
Many people have suggested to me that you might be the best back shoulder thrower ever. Why do you think that you are so good at that specific throw?
Well, I think our receivers are really good at understanding the type of throw that's going to be thrown depending on what the defense is getting us. That's not a route that you go out there and you're like, this is going to be a back shoulder throw. It just depends on the kind of leverage that you're seeing from the defenders. And so we got really good receivers at doing that. They have great body control. And, if we throw it on time and to the right spot, it's really not a defendable route in my opinion. So it's just something that we've worked really hard on and put a lot of emphasis on. It's showing up on tape.
Where did you kind of first come up with the idea that you have a knack for this? Because, Callie was saying that you kind of brought that here from LSU with you. Where did you kind of first realize I might have a knack for this?
Well, when you come into the league, you got to figure out how to make throws work. Not everything. In college, you're going to have guys open, a lot of zone coverage. You're seeing the same defense, basically the whole game. When you come into the league and they're mixing up coverages and the defenders there's a lot of tight windows, so you have to figure out how to find completions really, and so as a quarterback, you got to learn how to make different kinds of throws and understand when those throws need to be made against certain leverages and different coverages, and that's one of those that we came up with to kind of combat that.
Did you ever watch Drew Brees do it? He was really good at it. I don't know, you a fan of him?
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the best.
Jamar said that he can recall one time you guys weren't on the same page. One time. It was in Cleveland. He said it was against Cleveland last year. Do you remember that? Are there others that you maybe weren't on the same page with Jamar? Is it just the one?
There's some every now and then. Usually, one a year, maybe.
One a year?
Yeah.
Is there a favorite or most memorable one of those that you've thrown that stands out to you that was, or is it just kind of...
There's been so many of them, and, really, my favorite ones are the ones that, probably the one to Trenton Irwin is my favorite against Tennessee.
Really?
Just because, me and Jamar work on it so much, me and T work on it so much, and then, me and Trenton had it, we had that rep during the week in practice, and we hit it in practice, and so that was the one rep that we got of it, and it shows up in a big time situation against the Titans on the road to really win the game. We scored a touchdown in the next play, so that one was fun.
Is that big for trust for you? Like, is that where that throw specifically, you feel like you can really develop a trust in your receivers as you get to know them, like a guy like Trent or like Hayden when he first got here against Baltimore?
Yep.
Is that big for you?
Yeah, that's the ultimate trust route, because you're throwing it expecting that they see the same thing that you see, because we're getting it out so fast. They got to get their eyes around understanding the leverage of the corner that they're going up against, and if they beat them over top, it's going over top, and so you really have to be on the same page, and we've got the guys that understand what we're trying to do.
Over the last few weeks, what makes you probably the happiest about either your game or the offense that you kind of enjoyed the most? Is y'all clicking?
I would just say, we're winning a lot of different ways. It's not, we're not going out there and throwing for 350 and 4 touchdowns every week. We're grinding in the run game. We're being really efficient in that area. We're taking our completions. Our defense is playing great. I just think that shows our growth as a team.
You've had a ton of throws into tight spots. I mean, it's kind of a needle, basically. Do you have a favorite? I mean, is there one that's like, damn, I can't believe I actually pulled that off?
The one last week was pretty fun. That was he wasn't really looking for the ball, and I squeezed it in there, so that was a fun one.
Chris Evans scored the winner 2 weeks ago. I think he repped it once in practice. Last week, Trenton runs a play. I don't think he ran all week.
Yeah.
Touchdown. So what's that say? I mean, what's that say about you, about your offense?
It just says a lot about the people that are going out there and doing it. Trenton is, like I've always said, he's getting his mental reps back there, even if he's not out there physically doing it. He knows what he has to do at every single position on every single play, and guys are putting in the work behind the scenes that maybe you don't see, and it's coming to light. Guys like Samaje and Trenton and Chris and Travion, those guys have clearly been putting in the work, whether their opportunity came or not. It has the last couple of weeks, and it's shown up.
Aside from just like stacking wins, is there anything you've got an interesting 4-game stretch to close the regular season? Is there anything you feel like this stretch can show to y'all aside from just getting wins, getting ready for the playoffs that maybe could benefit y'all?
Well, I think we have another level on offense that we can find. Can just find some more explosives here in the next couple weeks. Get that rolling a little bit. I just think there's another level as a team that we can find.
Do you guys meet as a group with the wide receiver? I mean, not just Jamar, and you've known Jamar for a long time, obviously, his ability to line up anywhere and everywhere and use him in a million different ways. But you have wide receivers that can do that, and you trust the fact that they're going to do it. Do you guys meet and make sure that each other understands everything, or you just assume that until you see otherwise, that's what it's going to be?
So, first off, Troy does a great job of understanding what those guys need, whether it's walkthroughs or talking through it in meetings. And then most of the comments that I end up making are kind of sprinkled throughout the week in practice or in meetings. If there's a rep that I see that I want something a little different, a lot of times it's on the field on the fly right after that rep.
Joe, you had said in the first half against Cleveland you were kind of off your game. How aware of that are you, and what do you do to turn that in the course of a game?
Yeah, that the first quarter really was I was missing throws that I almost always make, and so just on the sideline, just going through your checklist, get back to your fundamentals, throwing on the sideline, get your feet right, get your eyes right, and really I got my process that I go through to make sure I reset myself, and really after those first couple series, we started rolling.
You did a podcast with Brady before the Super Bowl last year. It's pretty good in that conversation. Is there anything that's stuck with you since that chat with him?
I can't even say it. I remember doing it. I don't remember anything we talked about.
Kind of going back to Trenton Irwin, you talked with Paul about kind of the route he ran against Tennessee, and you look at all the progressions he's had since Jamar was hurt, and with TB and T getting hurt. If say T and TB are limited this weekend, how nice is it that Trenton's had that progress? Like, what's been so impressive most about his game?
Yeah, it's something that not a lot of people have. We talked about it today, where really any position goes down and you can throw Trenton in, and you don't feel like we have to call the game any differently. And that's really a big luxury to have, and it's not like that everywhere. And so the trust that we have in Trenton is plays a big part in what we've been able to do these last 6-7 weeks.
I think you said that you kind of like to have, you kind of see yourself as a guy that has elements of all the good quarterbacks. What do you think of Brady's element you have? What do you think he has that you and Brady have?
I think I have the quick release. I think I've become really efficient in my lower body, getting the ball out quickly, seeing the defense. I would say those three.
Do you pay attention how incredibly well he's taking care of his body?
Yeah.
Conditioning over whatever, 25 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's really incredible. He's 45 now, and he's getting hit by the same people I'm getting hit by, and it's really a testament to his hard work and dedication and the team he has around him in the off season to get his body right. And one day maybe we'll sit down and talk about what he did, but I'm sure he doesn't want to do that until he's done playing.
Is there anything you're going to be watching him, knowing you're sharing a field with him this time? Like, actually, after studying his game your whole life, you'll be down there watching it in person.
No, we'll be so locked in on the task at hand. I watch our defense out there most of the time when we're on the sideline or we're talking about plays, so there won't be too much time.
Jersey swap? Did you jersey swap with him?
I'm not a big jersey swap guy. No.
You want Esper's autograph like we saw the interception ball?
Can't say that I will.
What sticks out about your defense? What sticks out about your defense? You see, you look at the defense. They play their ass off.
Yeah, I mean, I think really, just like we have on offense, we've had some injuries, and you throw anybody out there, and there's no drop off. You see a guy like Jay when DJ went down come in and play really well. You see, Cheeto goes down and Cam Taylor-Britt comes in and starts making plays. You see some nickels go down and guys come in and make plays. It's just really a testament to one, our coaching staff getting guys ready to play, and two, the players themselves studying, working hard, always being ready for their opportunity.
What would your reaction be if a guy came up to you after a game saying, "Hey Joe, you signed this football that I get the interception"?
I mean, I probably got another 20 years before that happens, but I'm sure I'd do it.
We'll end on that note. Thanks,
Thank
Joe.
you.